We've still got a couple of minutes, but we're going to start lying down this morning. So feel free to grab what you need to be comfortable in a reclined position. Feel free to sit if that's your preference at this point. Otherwise, just lying down and make sure that you're warm. You might like to begin by sighing the breath away a few times, just letting go of your morning and yesterday and the day before that. And also not being concerned with what's happening later today or tomorrow or the day after that. So using this time to bring your full awareness to this present moment. Settling the body, settling the breath, settling the mind. Nice to see your dog in the screen, Jane, wandering across. So just lying in a way or sitting in a way that allows you to be comfortable, relaxed, and also alert, awake. Letting go of whatever tension you can, loosening your shoulders, softening your hands, relaxing your belly. Allowing a smile to spread through your eyes, softening the flesh around your eyes, bringing a slight smile to the mouth, and feeling the smile on the inside of your mouth, smiling into your heart. And then imagining that smile expanding, creating a receptive, tender space through the whole heart and chest area. You might like to rest your hands over your heart space and take a few conscious breaths into and out of your heart space. Does your heart have a message for you this morning? Is there something your heart wishes to tell you? If you are like me, this second lockdown, for those of us in Melbourne, feels a bit more concerning and unsettling as we live with yet more uncertainty, more isolation, and the fear that ourselves or one of our loved ones may contract COVID-19. There are many, many things that can happen when humans live with such fear and difficulty. One extreme is to become hard, to become angry, and grasping for a cure, for antiseptic hand wash, for face masks, for toilet rolls, even hoarding these things. On the other end of the continuum, individuals will open their hearts and their homes and their pockets to others, even devoting their meditation to others, with the clear intention of easing the suffering of others. I'd like to begin with a passage from Lama Surya Das, and as I share this, You might like to reflect on where you sit on this continuum. Some men and women respond to suffering and personal pain by becoming hardened, constricted, and embittered. They become more self-centered and less aware of the pain experienced by the rest of the world. But those who are wiser and more spiritually evolved respond differently. They're able to view their losses more realistically. They get past the numbness and despair. They get past bitterness, and they get past their initial why me reactions. Even though bad things continue to happen to them and those they love, they choose to walk the spiritual path and search for meaning and inner wisdom amid the madness. Their losses helped point them in the right direction, toward a deeper dimension of reality. Their pain and suffering brought them in closer touch with their own inner goodness and its natural connection to the divine. So to me, it's not about denying our own situation or our own feelings, our feelings of suffering, of sadness, of isolation, of fear, but also being aware that we're all in this together. The whole world is in on this. No one is immune. And there's actually a lot we can do to ease suffering for ourselves and others. And perhaps key to this is to keep up our practice. So as we begin to move now, just allow these ideas to rest in the depths of your being. If you're in a seated position, come now to lie down on your mat. If you have a blanket over you, you can keep it on a little longer, but perhaps free your arms out to the side. Going to incorporate the chant Shanti in our practice this morning, peace. So check that your head, neck, and spine are in a straight line, chin tilting towards the chest. And on your next inhalation, extend just the left arm up and overhead, stretching from left fingertip to left toe tips. On the exhalation, we're going to lower the left arm and chant Shanti. 2 more of these on the left side. So breathing in, extend the left arm up and overhead, point your left toes. And exhaling, Shanti. 1 more on the left side. Shanti. Now doing the same on the right side, 3 times, breathing and extend the right arm up overhead. And as you exhale, chanting Shanti. 2 more. Shanti. And again. Shanti. Now with both arms and legs, breathing in, stretch from fingertip to toe tip, and chanting Shanti. 2 more in your own time. Shanti. Last one. Shanti. And rest for a breath. Okay, if you've got a blanket over you, you may need to remove that now. Step the feet up close to the buttocks. Press your palms down alongside your hips. We're going to work with a little flowing sequence, which begins with bridge. So on your next inhalation, start to peel your spine away from the floor. As you lift your hips, lift the belly up. And on the exhalation, slowly coming down, bring the knees into the chest and give yourselves a hug. Now on the next inhale, legs go up to the sky, arms go out to shoulder height. Exhale, come back home, give yourselves a hug. On the third inhale, feet go onto the mat, close to the buttocks, arms lift up and overhead. And as we exhale, we lower the arms back down. So that's the sequence. We're going to do a couple more of these. So as you inhale, lifting the spine, palms press into the mat. And exhale, slowly coming down. Knees into the chest and give yourselves a hug. Legs up to the sky, arms out to shoulder height. And exhale, come back home. Feet to the mat, breathe in, lift the arms up and overhead. And exhale, return the hands by your sides. Last one, breathe in, lifting into bridge. And lowering down. Knees into the chest and give yourselves a hug. Legs to the sky, arms out to shoulder height. And exhale. Feet to the mat. Lift your arms up overhead. And return the arms by your sides. And again, take a breath there. Okay, from here, just take the arms out to shoulder height, palms facing up, tuck the chin forward, press the lower back down. We're going to work with a gentle twist. So breathe in. And on your exhalation, lower the knees over to the right side. So keep the knees and the feet hip width apart at this point. Drawing that left knee down towards the floor. So you feel a lovely stretch through that left thigh into the hip flexor. Inhale, return to center. Realign your spine. And exhale the knees over to the left side. Draw that right knee down. Breathe into center. And knees to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Breathe in. This time we're going to hold the twist. Knees over to the right. Head may turn to the left if that's okay for your neck. And if you'd like to, lift the right foot up and place it on the outer edge of the left knee, just to increase that stretch down the left thigh into the left hip. Holding, try to relax your shoulders, relax your arms, your hands and fingers, soften the face. Good. One more breath here. And then release the right foot down, return to center. Nice, long, straight spine and knees over to the left. So head may turn to the right. And if you like, left foot on the outer edge of the right knee. Soften the upper body, soften the face, the mouth. And find your breath. One more breath. Gently release the left foot down, come back to center. Bring both knees into the chest. Cross your legs at the ankles, a hand on each knee, and making some little circles on the floor with your lower back. Good. Come back to center, cross the legs the other way and circling in the opposite direction. And let's roll over to the right side or the left, whichever's best for you at this moment in time. And let's come up into a seated position. So however you like to sit for our chant, Sahana Bhavatu, make sure the spine is nice and upright. You might like to bring your hands into a favorite mudra position. If you're not sure, bring the tips of the index fingers and thumbs to join. Palms can be up or down. Might like to close the eyes if you feel comfortable. And then breathing in. Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahana Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Tejasvi Navaditamastu. Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahana Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Tejasvi Navaditamastu. Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahana Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Tejasvi Navaditamastu. Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's gently fold forward. So whether you're in a chair or cross-legged or kneeling, no matter. Just softening, surrendering forward, bowing to Mother Earth, honoring her presence in our lives. Now you're welcome to stay in this forward position as we are, or we're going to start to make some slow circles. So you can just start to walk over to the left side, move around to the left as far as you can, then lift the right arm up and the left arm follows. So you slide or walk the hands around the front as far to the left as you can. Right arm lifts, left arm follows. One more of these. Good. And then come upright. Change the cross of the legs if you're in that position, or just stay if you're kneeling or in a chair. And again, let's fold forward. Now you're welcome to stay in this position or start to walk around to the right side as far as you can. Lift the left arm up, right arm follows. Two more of these. And come back to center. Nice, straight, tall spine. So again, it doesn't matter how you're sitting. We're just going to do some nice slow circles with our shoulders. So roll the shoulders forward, up and back. Forward, up and back. Couple more. Good. And then reverse directions. Take them up, forward, and back. Up, forward, and back. Good. And release. Give the arms a bit of a shake. Okay, take the arms in front, cross your wrists and interlace your fingers, bringing the hands in towards the chest, and then see if you can start to straighten the arms. Some of you, they might be straight. Some of you, they might be quite still close to the chest like mine are. Just holding this stretch for the wrist. Relax your shoulders. Keep the face soft. Good. And then gently unwind. Give the hands a bit of a shake. And let's try the other side. So opposite wrist on top. Interlace your fingers. Bring them in towards you. And then work to straighten the arms. Shoulders relaxed. Chest lifting. We're not concaving the chest here. Keep the chest moving forward. Nice straight spine. Face relaxed. Good. And gently release. Okay. Couple of stretches now for our neck. So as you breathe in, visualize the breath flowing right up to the crown top. So your neck and your head lift up an extra centimetre or two. And as we exhale, we tilt the right ear to the right shoulder, drawing this opposite shoulder down. Now breathe in as we hold this stretch. And as we exhale, just tilt the head so that you look down over the right side of your chest. Breathe in, turn the head back, and exhale, raise it to center. Now again, another deep breath in. Feel your head and your neck lift up away from the shoulders, and left ear to left shoulder. Draw that opposite shoulder down. Breathe in here and tilt your head to look down over the left side of the chest. Inhale, return it to center. And exhale. Let's do that once again. Breathe in. Over to the right. Inhale. And tilt your head. Turn it back. And lift up. Breathe in right up to the crown top. and over to the left. Inhale and tilt the head. Straighten and return. Good. Now drop the head back, chin up towards the ceiling, and roll the back of the head from one shoulder to the other, back and forth a few times. You might like to lift your shoulders up towards your ears. So it's like you're ironing out any tight, tense spots in the upper back. Good. And lift the head up, relax your shoulders down. Now drop your chin to your chest, but keep the chest lifted. And let's do the same thing, rolling the head from one side to the other. Good. Bring it back to center. Deep breath in, right up to the crown top. Feel yourself grow taller and turn the head to look over the left shoulder, keeping the chin parallel to the floor. Now hold it there for one breath. Relax the shoulders, soften the face. Breathe yourself back to center and to the right. Soften the shoulders and stay for a breath. Return to center and bring your hands over your heart. We're going to come back to our chant of Shanti, and we're going to incorporate an arm movement, taking the arms out to the side and then chanting back. We're going to work with 3 breaths. The first one, just one Shanti. The second breath, we'll try chanting Shanti twice in the exhalation. And the third breath, 3 times. So let's see how we go. Let's exhale all breath. Breathing in. Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently release your hands and let's come into extended child. So big toes touching, knees at least hip width apart. Whoops. Extending the arms forward. And once you come into position, start to connect with your breath. Long, smooth inhalation and long, smooth exhalation. I'd like to share with you another passage. This is from Jack Cornfield. As we allow the world to touch us deeply, we recognize that just as there is pain in our own lives, so there is pain in everyone else's life. This is the birth of wise understanding. Wise understanding sees that suffering is inevitable, that all things that are born die. With wise understanding, we allow ourselves to contain all things, both dark and light, and we come to a sense of peace. This is not the peace of denial or running away, but the peace we find in the heart that has rejected nothing, that touches all things with compassion. Exhale all breath. On your next inhale, move into cat. Rounding the back and sink into child. Breathe into cat. And exhale, drop back into child. Continue now with the rhythm of your own breath, eyes closed if you feel comfortable. Now you're welcome to stay just with cat and child. Otherwise, after your next inhalation, lift into dog. Stay for a breath. And then drop back down onto your knees and into child. Let's do that again. Breathe into cat, tuck your toes, down face dog pose. Now stay for a breath. Come back into cat and child. Okay, now we're going to continue with this and we're going to add our chant of Shanti when we're in dog. So we hold dog for a breath. Let's breathe in. Shanti. Come back into cat and child. Now we're going to do 2 more of these. This second time we're going to try chanting Shanti twice, and the third time 3 times, just like we did when we were sitting. So breathe in. Shanti, Shanti. Inhale back into cat. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Inhale cat. And exhale child. And take a breath or 2 there. You might like to rest your head on your hands. Good. And then gently release. Let's come up onto our knees. We're going to do an extra stretch to strengthen our quads. So we're going to have the knees hip width apart, hold on to our opposite elbow, and it's just a matter of leaning back. So you can determine how far back you lean. And we're going to do this a couple of times. We'll try and hold it for a few breaths. Try to soften the face, just looking straight ahead. Don't tense up the shoulders too much if you can help it. When you need a little rest, come upright and sit down, and even give those thighs a little rub. And then when you're ready, let's try that a second time. So holding onto the opposite elbow, and let's lean back. Keep the breath flowing. When you need to, come up and sit down, give the thighs a little rub. And we're in our kneeling position ready for the next practice. So if this isn't great for you, you can start in more of an upright position. So another little flowing sequence, not one we do regularly, so feel free to watch as we go along if you're not quite sure. Let's exhale all breath. Slip one hand to the lower back and breathe in. Take the other arm up. Now you can just stretch up tall, or some of you might like to add a little back bend here if that feels okay. Heads forward if there's any neck issues. Exhale, we come back down, we swap the hands over. Breathe in, other side. And exhale. Now both arms together, inhale. And this time we come into extended child and we pause here for one breath. Inhale, come up into cat. Tuck your toes. Down, face dog pose. And again, we stay here for a breath. Inhale, cat. And exhale, child. So that's the sequence. Let's go a second time. So come to an upright position, breathing in. One hand to the lower back, the other arm up, perhaps leaning back a little. And exhale. Swap the hands over. Inhale. Exhale. Both arms. And come forward and we stay in child for a breath. Inhale, cat. Tuck your toes. Down, face dog pose, and let's stay here for a breath. Come back into cat. And child. Let's do this once more. Come up, one hand to the lower back, the other arm reaching up. And exhale. Swap the hands over. Both arms up. We rest for a breath in child. Inhale, cat. Down, face dog pose. And we stay here for a breath. Back into cat. And into child. And again, you might like to rest your head on your hands. Take a couple of breaths here. Okay, now we're going to move back into dog and from there work with a variation of warrior one. So let's inhale, extend the arms forward, come up into cat, tuck your toes, down, face dog pose. Now you might like to just stay here if you prefer. Otherwise, look towards your hands and step the left foot between your hands and stay on the ball of the right foot. And from here, we're going to come up to stand, taking the hands onto the hips. Good. Okay, so our hips are square facing forward, as is for warrior one, hips facing forward on the ball of the foot of the back, ball of the toes of the back foot. From here, we're going to take our arms up above the head, hands are shoulder width apart. Now we're going to bend the front leg, and as we do so, take one arm forward and the other arm back. So we're circling the arms, in opposite directions, bending the front leg. And you can keep it nice and slow, or some of you might like to speed it up. How are we going? Good, one more. And then let's take the hands down on either side of the left foot, come back into dog, have a couple of breaths here. And then look towards your hands, let's step the right foot forward. So you're on the ball of the toes of the left foot and carefully come up to stand. Hands on your hips, hips are square facing forward. Let's take, excuse me, take the arms up. So now as we bend that front leg, we're bringing the opposite arm forward. Opposite arm forward, circling the arms in opposite directions. Bending that front leg. Keeping it slow or speeding it up, whatever feels best for you this morning. Good, one more. And take the hands on either side of the foot. Come back into dog. Couple of breaths here. And then look towards your hands, and we're going to walk the feet towards our hands and hang in a forward bend. So legs can be bent or straight. You might like to hold your opposite elbow. You might like to take the hands onto your shins and lift up halfway. And then exhale, fold down. Relaxing your head, your neck, your shoulders. Good. And then let's very carefully and safely, slowly start to come up. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears and roll the shoulders down the back. Good. Come into Tadasana. So feet hip width, hands over the heart space. Just relax your shoulders, close the eyes for a moment. I'd like to sigh the breath away. Feel the crown top lengthening up towards the sky. And at the same time, feel your connection with Mother Earth beneath the feet, that support. Let's come back to our chant Shanti. So we'll again, as we've been working with it, work with 3 breaths. The first one, just Shanti, then 2 Shantis, then 3. We'll see how we go. Let's exhale. And then breathing in, open the arms out wide, open your heart. Shanti. And again. Shanti, Shanti. Last one. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Release your arms by your side. And on your next inhale, raise your arms to shoulder height. Exhale, bring the arms in front. Breathe in, take the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale. Synchronize your movement with your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, if you'd like to challenge yourselves a little, we'll add a balance. So we come up onto our tiptoes as we inhale and bring the arms in front. Take the arms all the way up overhead and lower the heels as you exhale. Let's try 2 more. Make sure you're not clenching the teeth. Forehead soft. Cheeks, skin of the cheeks soft. Great. Bring your hands to prayer in front of the heart space. Sigh the breath away, shoulders relax, moving into circle of joy with a couple of variations added. So breathe in, interlace your fingers, and exhale, bend the legs round the back. Inhale, take the arms all the way up overhead, and we're leaning over to the left as we exhale. You can separate the arms if that's better for your shoulders. Return to center and over to the right. Back to center. Release the arms down. Interlace your fingers. As you breathe in, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And as we exhale, we're coming into a forward bend. Legs bent or straight. Inhale, slowly come up. Bring your arms in front, palms touch. And exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come up. Over to the left. Now let's stay here for a breath. Separating the arms if that's better for your shoulders. Come back to center. Over to the right. Stay for a breath. Back to center. Let the arms float down. Interlace. Breathe in. Into our forward bend. And we're staying for a breath. Carefully come up, bring the palms to touch, and exhale. Last one, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, over to the left for 2 breaths this time. Back to center. And over to the right, 2 breaths. Back to center. Let the arms float down. Interlacing, breathe into the heart space and into our forward bend for 2 breaths. Slowly coming up when it's time. Bring the palms to touch. And exhale. Good. Release your hands. And we're going to move into Trikonasana. So a little bit stronger stretch for the sides of the body. So take the legs wide. Turn your right toes around, left toes in a little. Shoulders Relaxed, heart open. Now we're going to move into Trikonasana and then from there move into Warrior Two. So let's breathe in, raise the arms, turn to the right. As we exhale, lean over, then take the hand down. Left arm moves up into the sky or on your left hip if that's better for your shoulder. You may be looking towards your right big toe or forward, or perhaps up towards your left thumb. Now find your breath here. Good. Bring the head to neutral. Inhale, come up, looking along the right middle finger. And as we exhale, we're bending the right leg. Virabhadrasana 2. Option to rest the back hand on your hip. Otherwise, the arms are in a straight line. We're softening the shoulders. Soft face. Making sure that right knee isn't coming over the right ankle. So if it is, you might need a wider stance. And also trying not to lean over that bent leg. So imagine someone's gently tugging you back by your left fingers. So ideally our spine is perpendicular to the floor. Okay, let's inhale, straighten the right leg, turn to center and exhale. Let's turn the legs around. Soft shoulders, open heart. Breathe in, raise the arms, turn to the left. Exhale, lean over and take the hand down. Right arm up into the sky or resting on your hip, either looking towards your big toe, looking forward, or perhaps up towards your right thumb. And breathe. Now bring the head to neutral. Inhale, come up, looking along the left middle finger, and exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Option to rest the back hand on your hip, otherwise arms in a straight line. We're gazing along that left middle finger, soft shoulders, soft face. Connecting with our inner warrior, our courage, our strength, our fearlessness to get through these times. I think we all need a bit of that warrior strength and courage at the moment. Good. Let's inhale, straighten the leg, turn to center and exhale. Release your legs. Walk on the spot, give the hands a shake. Okay, one last standing pose before we come down to the mat again. We're going to go into a balance. We're going to start with focus pose, and then those of you who'd like to can move into Warrior 3, a variation of Warrior 3. So I'll do this sideways. Start off with the feet hip width into Tadasana. You can take the hands onto the hips if you like. Shift the weight into the left foot, and we're going to pick up the right. So focus pose, you can either have the hands on the hips or if it feels okay to do so, the hands are shoulder width apart, palms are facing each other. We're lengthening up through the crown top, so not losing our height as we hold the balance. Ideally, this right thigh is parallel to the floor. We're flexing the right foot. So you're welcome to stay here. Those of you who'd like to take it a bit further, we start to lean forward taking the right leg back behind us and also the arms. So the hands may be facing each other behind you now. You might be flexing that right foot, breathing. The strength of a warrior. Good. And then we slowly reverse that. We come back into focus pose. And exhale. Okay, let's try the other side. So shifting the weight into the right foot, hands perhaps on the hips, and let's lift the left leg up. Perhaps taking the hands in front, focus pose. Relax your shoulders. The heart is open here. We're not rounding the back and concaving the chest. Lengthening up through the crown top. Staying here, or now start to take that left leg back, your arms back, leaning forward, flexing the left foot, and breathing. Courageous breaths. Slowly come up, back into focus pose, and exhale. Take a breath. Let's come down to our mats. We're sitting, legs in front, and you might like to take the arms forward and just drop the head for a moment. Just check in with yourself. Note how you're feeling on the inside without judgment. With kindness and gentleness and love. What's going on for you right now? You may need to rest. You may need to lie down. You may want to put your legs up the wall. We're going to do one more vinyasa, flowing sequence, and then we're going to move into a meditation. We've been working with this last week, so I think it'll be familiar to all of you, if not most of you. And it's the flowing sequence where we either do table pose, this variation, or Purvottanasana, this one. So quite strong. Looking forward, or if the neck's okay, you might be able to look back. So we start with that, and then we take the arms up and move into Paschimottanasana. So let's do this together. Unless you need a rest at this point, please honor yourself and what you need today. All right, when we've done 3 of these sequences, we're going to come into a 4th forward bend. We're going to hold, and we're going to come back to Shanti. 3 breaths. The first one, just Shanti, then Shanti, Shanti, and then 3 Shantis. So let's see how we go. Take the hands behind you, either legs straight or legs bent. Chest forward. Let's exhale all breath. And then breathing in, lifting up. And exhale. Legs are straight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So that's one sequence. Let's go again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale forward. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale into the back bend. Exhale. Okay, this is our last one, and we're going to hold the forward bend. Breathing in. Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Inhale, come up. Bring your palms together and exhale. Resting the hands at the heart, just take a breath or two there. And before we move into our meditation, you might like to just do a little twist, turn to the left, couple of breaths, keep the feet flexed, nice straight spine. And then twist to the opposite side. Good, and back to center. Okay, so we're going to work with a meditation now. It's a little bit longer, maybe 8 to 10 minutes. So if you're really low in energy, please feel free to lie down or grab lots of support for yourself. Those of you who'd like to sit, terrific. If you want to pop socks on, grab a blanket or grab a shawl. So just take a moment to get comfortable, to find a position that you'll be able to maintain for about 10 minutes. And we'll go into a short Shavasana afterwards. So the meditation we're going to work with now is based on a very important sutra from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, Sutra 1.33. Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukha Dukkha Punya Apunya Visayanam Bhavanata Chitta Prasadanam. The mind becomes quiet when it cultivates friendliness in the presence of happiness, active compassion in the presence of unhappiness, joy in the presence of virtue, and indifference or neutrality towards dislike or error. So this is a variation of a loving kindness meditation around this Sutra 1.33. So just begin by checking that your head, neck, and spine are aligned, your eyes lightly closed, and that you're not leaning too far back or too far forward. Drop your gaze down towards the space of your heart. And begin with your awareness at this point, the spiritual heart center. Begin to consciously inhale love and warmth. And with each exhale, imagine releasing fatigue, stress, negativity, sadness, pain, frustration. Keep breathing in and out in the most simple, natural way. And then very gently begin to repeat to yourself, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I ride the waves of my life. May I live in peace, no matter what I am given. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I ride the waves of my life. May I live in peace, no matter what I am given. Now I invite you to call to mind someone you know who is very friendly and happy. Sukha. Visualize this person's face and say their name if it helps make the practice more real for you. Now begin to whisper to this person, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. Now, very slowly, the memory of this person fades and you bring your awareness back to the space of your heart. Now, once again, it is time to allow your attention to expand, to remember some person who is not feeling well or who is really struggling at the moment, perhaps a friend or family member. Dukkha. Visualize this person's face and say their name if it helps make the practice more real for you. Now begin to whisper to them, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. Once more, allow the memory of this person to fade as you return to your own heart center. This time, allowing your attention to expand to recall a person who you view as being virtuous or benevolent, punya. Someone who you see as doing something really good and positive and helpful in this world. Someone you admire. Visualize this person's face and repeat their name to yourself if it helps. Now begin to repeat the following phrases to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. When we see someone doing well in life, our ability to feel happy for them can be blocked by envy or jealousy, resentment, or self-pity, and it can cause us to harden. So just notice what's happening in your mind, in your heart, in your gut. When you focus on someone experiencing good fortune in life, not berating yourself for having these feelings, but being aware of them, focusing on keeping your heart open and endeavoring to cultivate these same virtuous qualities in your own life. As we rejoice in and appreciate these qualities in others, we are inspired by knowing such greatness is possible. So now gently return your awareness to your own heart, continuing to breathe. And finally, I invite you to call to mind some person who you dislike. Perhaps not the most difficult person, but someone who brings up feelings of irritation or annoyance, or someone whose actions oppose your own values, a punya. Visualize this person's face and perhaps repeat their name to yourself. Now begin to whisper to them, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. It would be wonderful if all people acted with honor and consciousness, but unfortunately, this is not always the way. And we ourselves may have acted, spoken, or thought unkindly or hurt another person at some time. Returning finally to your own heart, feeling the chest rise and fall with your breath, and repeating to yourself Once more. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I ride the waves of my life. May I be at peace, no matter what I am given. Let's chant 3 Oms now to seal our practice. You might like to bring the hands into Namaskar Mudra at the heart space. Breathing in. Gently bow your head down towards your heart. And lift the head up. So just a few minutes for relaxation if you can. You can stay seated or just come to lie down. Make sure that you're warm, that you feel cozy, perhaps sighing the breath away. Letting go of any hard, rigid edges. Bringing that element of softness into your awareness. Your body sinking down. Allowing your mind also to begin softening. Release the need to control the present moment, to control your experience. And begin to let go. Allowing yourself to let go and drift away. Nothing to fix or change or improve. Just letting go, letting go, letting go. To conclude our practice this morning, I'd like to share a final passage with you from Jack Cornfield. In difficulties, we can learn the true strength of our practice. At these times, the wisdom we have cultivated and depth of our love and forgiveness is our chief resource. To meditate, to pray, to practice at such times can be like pouring soothing balm onto the aches of our heart. The great forces of greed, hatred, fear, and ignorance that we encounter can be met by the equally great courage of our heart. Such strength of heart comes from knowing that the pain that we each must bear is a part of the greater pain shared by all that lives. It is not just our pain, but the pain. And realizing this awakens our universal compassion. So let's start to deepen the breath now. Bring some movement into your fingers and your toes. Have a bit of a stretch. And let's make our way up into a seated position. Taking your arms out to the side. Deep breath in. Let's stretch the arms up overhead. Bring the palms together. And exhale, bring the hands down to your heart, bowing the head. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.